The Scout automobile welcome to start, and today the story you're about to hear is not just about a car, it's about an idea that refuses to die, an attitude that refuses to stay quiet in a world that's rapidly changing. The 2026 Chevrolet Camaro Stingray is not a rumor whispered in corners, it's not a soft evolution of what came before, it's a loud, unapologetic declaration that American performance still has teeth, still has emotion, and still knows how to make your heart beat faster the moment the engine fires up. Camaro has always been the muscle car that thrives on aggression, street presence, and raw power. Stingray, on the other hand, is a name soaked in precision, balance, and track-hardened credibility. Bringing these two together feels almost dangerous, like mixing fire and fuel, but that's exactly why it works. The 2026 Camaro Stingray exists in that thrilling space where brute force meets refined engineering, where straight-line madness shakes hands with corner-carving confidence. Imagine approaching this car for the first time. Even standing still, it looks tense, like it's waiting for permission to attack. The front end sits low and wide, the hood long and sculpted with deep functional lines that channel air with purpose. This isn't designed for decoration, this is design that breathes, cools, and stabilizes at high speed. The headlights are narrow and sharp, giving the car an almost predatory stare, and the LED signature instantly separates it from older generations. It looks modern, but it doesn't lose that unmistakable Camaro snarl. The front grille is aggressive, open, and honest. You can tell immediately this car needs air, lots of it, because what's sitting underneath that hood demands oxygen. The splitter hugs the ground, subtly hinting that this Camaro isn't afraid of high-speed stability. Every angle feels intentional, every surface has a job to do. Move along the side and the proportions hit you hard. This Camaro Stingray is wider, lower, and more planted than ever before. The wheels are pushed out to the corners, filling the arches with serious performance rubber that looks like it could tear up the road without mercy. The side vents aren't just visual drama, they're functional, feeding air to cool critical components, especially when you're pushing the car hard. The roofline flows smoothly toward the rear, giving the profile a sleek, almost exotic feel while still holding onto that unmistakable muscle car identity. From certain angles, you can feel the Stingray DNA influencing the balance and stance. There's a sense of composure here, like the car knows it's not just built for straight roads. It wants curves, it wants challenges, it wants to be driven hard. Now step behind it, and the rear design seals the deal. Wide shoulders, muscular haunches, and a diffuser that looks ready for serious downforce. Quad exhaust tips sit proudly, hinting at the thunder they're capable of unleashing. The taillights are modernized but familiar, a perfect blend of heritage and future. Everything about the rear says stability, confidence, and controlled aggression. Open the door, and the interior instantly tells you this is not the Camaro you remember from years ago. The seating position is lower, more focused, more connected to the machine. You don't feel like you're sitting on top of the car, you feel like you're part of it. The seats wrap around you, supportive in all the right places, designed to keep you locked in during high-speed cornering without sacrificing comfort on longer drives. Materials matter here, and Chevrolet clearly knows it. Soft-touch surfaces, premium leather, contrast stitching, carbon fiber accents, and metal trim all come together to create a cabin that feels purposeful and upscale without losing its performance edge. This is a cockpit, not a living room. The digital instrument cluster lights up with sharp, high-resolution graphics, offering multiple layouts depending on how you want to drive. Speed, revs, gear position, G-forces, performance timers, everything is customizable and right in your line of sight. The central infotainment screen is clean, responsive, and intuitive, offering seamless smartphone connectivity, navigation, and performance data without overwhelming the driver. The steering wheel deserves special attention. Thick, flat-bottomed, and perfectly contoured, it feels incredible in your hands. Every button is placed where your thumbs naturally rest, and the paddle shifters click with a satisfying mechanical feel. This is the kind of steering wheel that makes you want to drive, even if you don't have anywhere to go. And now we get to the heart of the beast, the soul of the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro Stingray. Under that long, sculpted hood lives a naturally aspirated V8 that proudly carries the spirit of the Stingray legacy. This engine isn't about gimmicks or artificial enhancement, it's about response, character, and emotion. Expect power figures comfortably north of 500 horsepower, delivered in a way that feels immediate and alive. Press the start button, and the engine wakes up with authority. The cold start is dramatic, the exhaust barking to life before settling into a deep, rhythmic idle that sends vibrations through the cabin. This is the sound enthusiasts live for. It's not muted, it's not artificial, it's raw mechanical music. Tap the throttle and the response is instant. No lag, no hesitation, just pure connection between your right foot and the rear wheels. As the rems climb, the sound evolves from a deep growl into a ferocious roar that fills the cabin and spills out into the world around you. This is the kind of exhaust note that turns heads, that echoes off buildings, that makes tunnels irresistible. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a choice of transmissions that respect driver preference. A. Lightning-fast dual-clutch automatic delivers brutal acceleration and seamless shifts, perfect for those who want maximum performance with minimal compromise. For purists, a proper manual transmission remains available, offering that irreplaceable connection that only 3 people connections nan CP. Launch the Camaro Stingray hard, and it pins you to your seat with shocking force. The acceleration is relentless, building speed in a smooth, violent wave that feels both thrilling and controlled. But this car isn't just about straight-line dominance. This is where the Stingray influence truly shines. The chassis has been completely reworked for 2026. It's stiffer, lighter and more balanced than any Camaro before it. Advanced suspension geometry, adaptive dampers and a lower center of gravity transform how this car behaves when the road gets interesting. Turn-in is sharp and confident. Mid-corner stability feels rock solid. On corner exit, the rear tires dig in and launch you forward with authority. The steering is precise and communicative, giving you real feedback from the road. You feel the grip building, the limits approaching, and the car talks to you through the wheel in a way that modern performance cars often forget how to do. This Camaro doesn't isolate you, it involves you. Braking performance is equally impressive. Large, high-performance brakes with multi-piston calipers deliver consistent stopping power even under heavy abuse. The pedal feels firm and predictable, inspiring confidence whether you're attacking a mountain road or pushing hard on a racetrack. Fade is not a concern here. This system is built to perform. Driving modes allow the Camaro Stingray to adapt to your mood. In comfort mode, it's surprisingly civilized. The suspension softens, the exhaust quiets down, and the car becomes a refined daily driver that won't punish you in traffic. Switch to sport mode, and everything sharpens. Throttle response becomes more aggressive, steering gains. Throttle response becomes more aggressive, wait, and the exhaust opens up to let the V8 sing. Track mode is where the Camaro Stingray reveals its wild side. Stability systems loosen their grip, the suspension firms up, and the car feels raw, focused and eager. This is a mode designed for drivers who want to explore the limits, who aren't afraid to push it. Despite its performance focus, the 2026 Camaro Stingray doesn't forget about safety or practicality. Advanced driver assistance features work quietly in the background, offering support without intrusion. Adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, lane assistance, and emergency braking are all present, making the car easier to live with on a daily basis. One of the most impressive things about this Camaro is how it balances old-school emotion with modern expectations. It feels like a love letter to enthusiasts who grew up dreaming about V8 muscle cars, but it also speaks to a new generation that expects precision, technology, and refinement. In a world where electrification is becoming the norm and internal combustion engines are slowly fading into history, the Camaro internal combustion engines are slowly fading into history from iridescent two-piece. It's Chevrolet saying, if this era is ending, we're going to make sure it ends on a high note. Loud, powerful, and unforgettable. Driving this car isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about the experience in between. It's about choosing the longer route because the road looks fun. It's about rolling down the windows just to hear the exhaust bounce off the environment. It's about that moment when you downshift, feel the engine brake, and smile without even realizing it. The Camaro Stingray turns ordinary drives into events. Even a quick trip to the store feels special. People notice it. They ask questions. They want to know what it is, how fast it is, what it sounds like. This car has presence, and presence matters. Some will argue about the name, about tradition, about whether Camaro and Stingray should ever be mentioned together. But that debate is part of what makes this car exciting. It challenges expectations. It refuses to stay in a box. It reminds us that innovation doesn't always mean abandoning the past. Sometimes it means reimagining it. Ownership of the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro Stingray is about more than specs and numbers. It's about identity. It's about choosing something bold in a world that often plays it safe. It's about passion, emotion, and connection. Years from now, people will talk about this car. They'll remember how it sounded, how it felt, how it made them feel. They'll remember it as one of those machines that arrived at exactly the right moment, delivering exactly what enthusiasts needed. Designed, and if you ever get the chance to drive one, even for a short time, you'll understand immediately. This isn't just a car, this is a statement. This is American performance at its most confident, most emotional, and most alive. This is the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro Stingray, and it refuses to be forgotten.